All right. Well, welcome. I'm excited to be taking you through missiondrivenmodel.info. It's an awesome website. And
No.
hello? Okay, I just heard a no. Okay. I'm hearing. Oh no, wait, that's me now. I'm reverbing. I wonder why. Are you guys hearing me okay, or is it distorted on your end?
Good. Sounds good.
Okay, very good. All right, so we're going to go through Mission Driven Model, and how many of you have never used Zoom before? Is there anybody that's the first time? Okay, good. A couple of you haven't used Zoom, and Zoom is a super powerful tool, and as we're talking about how you do your business, I want you to think about this, because if you have people that you love that are spread all over the place, this is a way you could share information. I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to share my screen with you, and you're going to be able to I'm going to be able to take you through that training site, and you'd be able to take somebody through your virtual office or any slide presentation that you wanted to about the product. So it's a really powerful tool. So I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to get right into it. So I have Linda and Cheryl as first time through, and I see you, Tina, with a guest. And so give me your name so I can call on you guys, because this is for you.
I'm not a guest, I'm a distributor.
Very good. But have you been through Mission Driven Model yet?
Not yet.
Okay. So what is your name?
My name is Suzanne.
Suzanne, great. All right, and Linda. All right, very good, because I'm going to call on you guys and just ask you questions as we go along. And we're going to move through things a little more quickly than I probably would with a regular distributor training, only because we get about 40 minutes on this call, and that's it. So I'm going to share my screen with you. If you guys scroll down to the bottom, you can see where there's a place where you can select to share a screen. And I've got it pre-set up, so Mission Driven Model is right there, and you're going to be able to see it. So here we go. Just one second. Where is Mission Driven Model? Unbelievable. It's right there, and it's not showing up. Okay, just one second, you guys.
Right here?
I don't know why it's not showing me Mission Driven Model.
Lenora, you can share your screen and then flip through your computer for us.
Yeah, it isn't that. It's that this is the window that I have open, and it's not showing up. So
Open a new window.
okay, that's what I was just going to do. Sorry, these are little technical challenges that can happen. Okay, here we go. Because I got that pulled up in advance so that I wouldn't have that dilemma. Here we go. Okay, it's showing now. All right, so you guys can see Mission Driven Model, and I deliberately put it down a little bit so you can also see the controls at the top. Can you see my URL that says missiondrivenmodel.info?
Yes.
Okay, because I want you guys to, especially that if you haven't been through this site, I really want you to take notes, because you're going to have some assignments coming out of this. And I want to spend just a minute in this top part of the model. When you're coming to this site for the first time, it's good to look at this and just look at the whole, and I clicked on that first brochure. If you weren't clear, I was on very top part, and it says read about Mission Driven Model. And it kind of just gives us an overview of everything that's on this site and kind of the journey that we're going to be on in this site. So the mission itself, inspiring healthy living around the world, I guess the way I say that is I work with a company that helps people get more plant foods into their diet, because that's the piece of inspiring healthy living that we really do and that we're experts in. So however you say that, that's our mission. How this all works, you join the mission, you live the mission in front of other people, You find other people who have the desire to do the same thing and create a team. And all the tools for doing that are going to be at this site, missiondrivenmodel.info. What are the steps that we do? We build our own customer base, and we develop what is called a qualified business. And what that means is we build a customer base of 20 to 25 customer families, which allows us to earn bonuses on anyone else that we bring along into the business as we go forward. So it qualifies us for bonuses, is why it's called a qualifying business. And then we just simply duplicate those two steps with other people. That's really the essence of our business. We build a customer base. We teach others to do the same thing. Okay, so the process is the whole outline of this mission-driven model that we'll be going through a couple of the steps tonight. I want you to realize that we're going to do this, we're going to be at this site twice. The first part, we're going to be looking at the top two lines, sharing our journey, inspiring one simple change. And then we're going to come back a second time. Once we have customers, how do we take care of them? How do we keep them? How do we involve them in our mission and eventually include them on our team? Sometimes it happens right away, and sometimes it happens over time as people get results and are feeling better and are just really encouraged by the community that they're part of. So all of that takes place on here. Live the mission. We're going to be talking about how we do that, sharing our journey as we go along, inspiring one simple change. And I encourage you to spend some time and look at all of these, because it really gives you verbiage on how to discuss what it is that we do. Engage our customers. These are all the things we talked about. Create raving fans. How do we do that? Again, we'll be tackling that on our second call. And invite our customers to join the mission. So that's basically everything that's involved in this mission-driven model. And where I'd like to start tonight is in this first button on the left that says Who. And what I would encourage everybody to do when you click on it is to print this out. This is going to give you so much bigger picture of who you could talk to. Now, if you start thinking, oh gosh, I wouldn't know what to say to that person. I can't even imagine contacting that person. Don't start disqualifying people, because I'll tell you this, the people that I thought would never do it, did it. And the people I thought, oh, they'd do it in a minute, didn't do it. So don't prejudge. And if you were opening a hair salon or a pizza parlor, you just invite them, right? It'd be entirely up to them if they came. And you need to approach our business the same way. So this gives you an opportunity to write a really good list of people that you'd like to talk to. On the second page below that, you're going to print out multiple copies of this, what we call a memory jogger. That's just the names. I encourage you to start writing names of who you want to talk to, and then fill in the phone number all the way that you're going to contact them as you go along. But you're not going to contact everybody in your first week. So worry about getting the information for the ones that you are going to contact first. And you'll be making copies of that. Now I want to have you think about one other thing, that we're going to jump to the bottom of this site. Just a second, let me close these. And just go backwards. Okay, I've lost my ability to go backwards. Here we go. I want to take you down to the bottom where it says design your team, because as a new person, you want to think about right away who you'd love to do this business with. Linda, I'm guessing that Cheryl had you on her radar and was thinking, that's somebody I would like to do this with. And because I know Ashley had Cheryl on her radar that she would really love to do this business with her. So what you're looking for here is, and you're not going to do anything differently with them. You're just going to identify them to your sponsor or your national marketing director or qualifying national marketing director, someone who can share a business story with them and kind of paint the vision for what is possible, and to share with them what you're up to and why you thought of them. So this is a great outline for you on who you're looking for in the business. Don't think he really needs the money, this would be great, or he would be so good if he wanted to do something like this. Think about these things. These are the characteristics you're looking for. Credible and connected, entrepreneurial, positive, cause-oriented, looking for a change in their life. That's a huge one. Are they a self-starter and teachable? Are they health conscious? Are they willing to use their influence to help other people? So all of those things. Fill those out as you're doing your memory jogger. And you're not going to do anything different. Those are just people that you're going to pay special attention to and develop a plan for how you're going to talk to them just a little bit differently. Does that make sense, Linda?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks like a good tool.
Okay, so that again, where that is down here on invite customer to join our mission. This is design your team, and it's on there. So do that while you're doing your memory jogger. So one of your first assignment is your memory jogger, to work on that. And I would just tell you, when I was brought into the business, I was told to put 100 names down. Now they say 25 because they don't want to scare people off. But I just tell you let it be a free flow of names. And think about, I mean, if we got paid for every name we could produce, we'd probably all be able to come up with a lot. So don't hold back because you don't know what you'd say or when you'd talk to them or anything else. Just get them down because that will help you think of somebody else. Okay, so the next arrow after who is share. And Julie Herbst does a great little training on how to step into your story. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this for just a couple of minutes by clicking on the next button, which is examples of people sharing. And these are little stories that I would encourage you to just go through and read and kind of come up with what your story is going to be. And what I would tell you about your story, and if you're writing down, this is what I want you to write down. Your story should involve your health before Juice Plus. And I'm going to give you a couple of different examples that you may have struggled with something really chronic, or you may have been a completely healthy person and just realized you weren't getting enough fruits and vegetables. Whatever it is, it's true. And sometimes you can think about what prompted you to get on the health journey in the first place. Because if you haven't had anything specific going on with you, did you lose a family member early in life? And you say, I lost my grandparents to cancer at a young age, or whatever it is that prompted you on your journey. You think about what you were thinking about before Juice Plus. And then the second part of your story is why Juice Plus made sense to you. What made it stand out to you? And then the third element of your story is your results. Now, let's say you haven't been taking it long enough that you don't really feel a lot. What do you have? You have maybe more peace of mind. You might be more regular. It doesn't have to be a huge result. It has to. I think one of the strongest things is having a peace of mind, knowing that we've got 30 fruits and vegetables, like Dr. Du Bois says on his tape, on his audio, that, what do you call those things on YouTube, on his clip, that it gives him such comfort knowing that he's got 30 fruits and vegetables going through his blood every day. So just giving you an idea of I wanted to share my story with you, and because your next assignment is going to be, before we meet on the call again, is to work on your story. So how we'd share our story, let's say we're sitting next to a friend, or let's just use a friend as an example. And I'm not going to use a friend as an example. Let's say you're talking to somebody, your hairdresser, you're getting your hair done. And because your friend may know the details of your life, where your hairdresser probably doesn't. So you're talking to your hairdresser, and she tells you that her son has had an ear infection for a solid month, and say, I have no way of knowing if it would be of interest to you, but my family has been doing something that has made a huge difference in our health. And you wait for them to say, oh, well, what is it? Nice. And then say is Juice Plus. Have you heard of it? And wait for them to answer, and then just say, so my story after that is, you know, for so many years, I didn't know what I didn't know about nutrition. And the result was that I was having chronic sinus infections, and my two youngest sons had severe allergies and asthma, and it was painful watching them go through not being able to breathe and me not being able to help with them. So when a friend shared with me an easy way to get more fruits and vegetables into our diet, I was eager to try it. And I had read everything about fruits and vegetables and thought it could help. And so we plunged in. And I'm so grateful to her, because within a few months, my kids were off of their breathing treatments. And in the 20 years, in the 20 years I've been taking Juice Plus, I haven't had to take a sinus medication. I haven't taken an antibiotic in 20 years, okay? So I usually share that with them. And I felt a responsibility to pay it forward. I share with anybody every chance I get this company's mission to help people get more fruits and vegetables in their diet, because it makes a world of difference. Would you be open to some information? And that is where I mean, that's what you're leading to when you're sharing your story, is just asking, would you be open to information? Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. So all of these are examples of this. Now, I want to talk about other kinds of shares for just a minute. As you're going about life, and somebody says, you know, you look great. What have you been doing? Oh, I got a secret weapon. You want to know? and share it's Plus. Have you heard of it? And then the same thing. Have your story. What your health was like before. Why Juice Plus made sense to you. And the end result. I mean, the whole point of telling that story is so you could say, "Would you be open to some information?" Okay. Now, coming to Facebook, something that I really want to talk to you about, because it's so important that we do this right, because we can scare off all of our friends very quickly if we're talking about, oh, I started taking Juice Plus, it's wonderful, I feel so much better, and Juice Plus, Juice Plus, Juice Plus. You don't want to do that. You want to pique curiosity with your posts. So you want to have a water bottle sitting on your desk, take a picture of it and say, I've never drunk so much water in my life. What is up with these, what is up, you know, and get people asking you about it. Or you've got healthy snacks sitting on your desk, or your pictures of you exercising. You want to stoke curiosity. And let's say you've suffered with PMS and you say, no PMS this month. What do you think somebody who suffers with PMS is going to do? They're going to say, what are you doing, right?
What are you doing? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you want to pique interest. And then always remember to share your story in a way that connects with that other person. If you're talking to an athlete, you're having a completely different conversation than if you're talking to a 55-year-old woman who's got hot flashes, right? So you want to make it appropriate to them. The beautiful thing about the videos that we have to share, which is the next thing that we'll get to, is you can pick and send them something that's very appropriate for what where their stage of life is. Let's see if there's something else that I wanted to see. Oh, and then also you can also figure out which product store might be best for them. If they're trying to lose weight, they're going to have a completely different conversation than somebody who grows fruits and vegetables and is complaining about the hail wiped out their tomato plants or something like that. You know, you've got a different door to go through. So just you're listening, having your radar up. Most people I take through the Juice Plus store first, but you can use any of those. So another thing, how we'll use our story is when people ask you what you're doing. The easiest way to describe it that I've ever come up with is a friend shared with me an easy way to get more fruits and vegetables in my diet. And it's called Juice Plus. Have you heard of it? And I'd love to share a link with you if you're open for that. So when you post one of these great posts and somebody says, what are you doing? That's what you're going to say. I'm so excited. A friend shared with me an easy way to get more fruits and vegetables in my diet, and it's making such a difference. So keep it simple, keep it brief, and let the video that you're going to send them do the talking for you. Okay, so that's the next place that we're going to here. And on here, and you see where I'm clicking? I want to make sure that you see where I'm clicking. On this little icon that's got the video.
Okay.
Can you see my cursor?
Mhm.
Okay, so the video where the product is, I want to show you two different things on here. If you want to send a single video to somebody, and the only way you're going to know which videos you like, because they're all good, the key thing is which ones are you most excited about, because you're going to do the best job of encouraging somebody else to watch the ones you're most excited about. So when you find one that you like, you come down to the link, you right-click on it, and you copy the link address. If you go to missiondrivenmodel.info from your cell phone, you can get that link, copy the link, and paste it in a text message. Okay, so you don't have to have any special way to have these videos, because they're always at your fingertips. They're right here. Okay. All right. Now I want to give you a different example. And I would just encourage you to go through and look at these, because like the ones for athletes are just fantastic. And if it was an athlete who was a friend of mine, I might consider sending them 3 or 4. And there's certain ones on here that I really, really love, but just depending on what type of athlete that they are, you could pick 2 or 3. This is my favorite one, the T30 Performance. Jeff Olson talks quickly, but he makes so much sense, and I love that one. I want to come back, though, and show you on the ADHD one. Now, this is a situation where I would not send just the video, because underneath the picture, it says, please watch the short video to get to know Dr. Miles. Then join Dr. Miles on the recorded call below to learn what healthy changes can be made to potentially improve these 2 conditions. Okay, so now I don't want to send that video. I want to send this whole page to them. So I just go up to the bar. You see where I just highlighted in blue?
Yeah.
Okay, and now I'm going to right click on that, and I'm going to copy that and put it in a text or in an email. Or let's say you're communicating in Facebook. If you go to Messenger, you can just drop that link into a private message in Messenger, and you've got it right there. So this is where you're going to get all your videos. Okay, so Cheryl and Linda and Suzanne, are you with me?
Yes.
Can you do that? Can you do those things?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, very good. All right, that's perfect. So another assignment for you, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to become expert on all these, but I'd encourage you to go through and look at some of those videos and feel comfortable with what's there. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, one of the things that you owe to your brand new distributors is a connection call with an NMD, a QNMD, somebody that's been doing this that can really help flesh out what vision they have for this business. And if you are in the process of bringing somebody else on and you're inviting them to the call, you don't want them to say, you don't want to say to them, I want you to meet a national marketing director of our company and she's going to tell you, no. Your approach is just like what it says here. I'd like for you to meet my friend Lenora or Sandy or Tyra or Carolyn or Jennifer Straub or Michelle Grensing. Okay, I'd like you to meet my friend. She's been sharing for however long, and she was in my case, it was a marketing executive for many years. She's a mom like you, and I can't wait for you to hear her story. When would be a good time for us to call Julie? Or Lenora or whoever. Okay, I would like you to meet my friend and then point out something that the two of us have in common. Okay, don't make it scary, you guys, because a three-way call should be super easy to do. We'll be talking about in a minute. Have you gotten on Boxer yet, Linda?
I just signed up for it.
Okay, good.
Yes.
And Suzanne, what about you?
No, I haven't done it yet.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in a minute, but Voxer is such an easy way because once you've got a time or two that you've set up with your friend, you can box me or Ashley or whoever's going to be helping with the call and say, I'd like you to do a three-way call. Which time would work for you? Oh gosh, we've only got 10 more minutes. Yikes. Okay, that's okay because we don't have a ton more to do, but read through this because if you want to talk to those 5 people and you feel comfortable with talking that we put on the people you'd like to have on your dream team, if the best thing that you could do with them is put them on a phone call with a national marketing director. And you could just say, this is somebody who's going to be one of the people who's training me. She's been doing this for however many years. And I'd really like you to hear her story and just see if this, I just really like you to hear her story. And so that you're not worried about what I'm doing and what I've gotten myself into. And would you do that for me? And then it's just a comfortable conversation, okay? All right, going back to, okay, events is the next thing, and this is the other part of your homework assignment. This is the most important thing. We share the product, we share the business, we create events, we build for events. So it doesn't have to be in your home if you're not set up that way, but if you can do things in your home, very often your friends are comfortable coming to your home. So get some dates on the calendar. If not at a coffee shop or a restaurant, it could be if you have an opportunity to do something at a gym, brainstorm that with your sponsor. And then any local events that you can build into. Like I say, you could do a Zoom party and do a healthy living event. You could also do a Facebook event. We actually do events that way. So this is your page to plan that out. And you want to get, you get that list of names, you get the events, the days that you'd like to do some things in your home. And that's when you're ready to start your business, when you've got those things done. Okay. So let's see if there's anything critical that I wanted to. Okay, the last thing that I really wanted to show you is down here where in this section called Get Started. So we're at the very bottom, Guide New Team Member, and this is you right now. So this Get Started checklist is kind of our outline for what we're going to do our first 60 days to 6 months. So these are important steps to read through. This is the most important piece for me is what got you excited about Juice Plus and what is attracting you to this mission. And there's some prompts along there that will help you think of things, but I definitely want to see what you have to say in answer to those 2 questions. Then on the right side, you'll see our first step, and this spells out how we get that $500 or that $100 bonus by getting 500 PPC points in 30 days. It shows us how much money we're going to make. If we did it with 3 trios, we'd earn $39 each, and the $100 bonus, we'd earn $217 for getting started on Juice Plus and sharing it with a couple of friends. If we helped 3 of our friends do that same $500 bonus, we can earn a $250 bonus and move to our next position. And I am not going to have time to go in detail with all of this. I hope that these are things that your sponsor has been through with you, if not at this site somewhere. But these are the first steps in our business. What I did want to go through with you is and this is something that in training a new distributor, I would definitely take the time and go through each of these things. And make sure that they understand and just kind of find out how far they want to go, what they're thinking about. Sometimes people are just looking at the HLP bonus. Sometimes they want the 2,000 plus, but if they want to earn $500 a month or more, I want to get them at least to the sales coordinator position in their first 6 months. And so I'd want to take them through those first 3 steps and then just paint the vision for what's possible. If they wanted to go further with that. Because that's all I had vision for when I started, but it grew from there. Okay, so this is the last part of what I would do in training a new distributor is go through this checklist. And in the event that we don't have time to get through the whole list before we get cut off, I wanted to tell you that the second training call, like I said, would be about taking care of customers and really focusing on how to have a business conversation with people. Because I don't want people waiting until they're at VF, until they finish their 2,000 plus before they're having the business conversation. So that's what we tackle on the second call. On this list, Linda and Cheryl and Suzanne, have you guys set up your virtual office yet? Do you have your websites?
I've set up an email address, but I haven't really gone through and set up my website.
Okay. Do you know how to do that?
I think I could figure it out. I just haven't taken the time to do it all yet.
Okay. So when you go to your virtual office, because that's, you get your username and password from the company.
Yes.
And you log into Juice Plus Virtual Franchise, and just know that this list is here for you. If you're trying to remember what I should be doing, and you click on the personal file.
Okay.
And so you can create your own order first, but you also want to set up your websites. And usually it's something with your name in it. So it could be Al Bowen. .juiceplus.com, or with your name being as common as it might be, you might have a hard time getting that without a number after it, like elbow in one.
I have the Linda Bowen set up, but I just haven't done anything else with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Lenora,
Yes.
Excuse me, Lenora, just before we run out of time, I just wanted to thank you so much for the document that you created that I've been following going through all this. So if everybody did not know about that, maybe you want to tell them where to find it, because it was really great to follow along to see maybe that is a document you sent to your new distributor so they know what you're going to do with them, and then they have it so they know what to do with their person.
So on Choose a Free Life, you guys should all have been added to that site as new distributors. And right now on the pinned post, there is a document that is the training outline to take a new distributor through this site. The only thing is that the page that has steps to make this happen is a outline of that Let's Get Started page, and they've changed that page since I created this. So I will update it. And I will update it and get it posted on there. An updated version as soon as I possibly can, like sometime tomorrow. So don't print it out tonight because when I came in here to get ready for this call, I realized, okay, they've changed this since I did this. So, no worries, I'll get that posted. And I hope this shows you the wealth of information that is at your fingertips on this site. I just so appreciate all that's gone into getting this up and running for us. And the last thing that I wanted to ask you new folks is, do you know what a qualifier's tracking sheet is?
Yes.
Woohoo!
Yes.
We're doing our job. Yes, because that's really the form. There's lots of places where you can track things on these forms that are in mission-driven model, but I like to keep one piece of paper that you're just working on and adding to throughout that your whole journey to sales coordinator. And when other people are coming along with you and they're working on their HLP or their 2,000 plus, you know where they're at, and you can count those towards where you're at with sales coordinator. So that's the tool that we use. That also teaches you the basic marketing plan. It is focus on column 1, focus on column 2, get the sales coordinator. And if you haven't really spent much time with the qualifiers tracking sheet, make sure you understand that. So before we totally run out of time, is there any burning question that any of you have that I could take a minute and answer? And I'm going to stop the share so I can see your faces again. Any burning question, you guys? You might be on.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Can
Go.
I ask where you find the qualifiers tracking sheet?